Do you ever scroll through social media and you see everyone else killing it? Yes, killing it. They're showing that they just launched a new business, they're traveling, they're feeling, okay, doing okay, excelling in their relationships, in their careers, getting promoted from one achievement to the other. And you are just there feeling stuck, feeling stagnant. That was me. I kept telling myself that I needed to work harder. But one day I realized that I wasn't just tired, I was completely burnt out. Today, I'm going to share my story with you, how I got over it, and how you can also. I remember sitting on my bed one night, staring at my laptop. Yes, my laptop. I was late on a particular task, and it was way overdue. I wanted to make sure that I turned in the work before the end of the day. But at the same time, I felt like I should just go under the duvet and disappear, honestly. In that moment, I thought to myself, why is it that I can't get anything done? Why can't I put anything together? Why is it so difficult to do this? And that's the thing. That's what being burnt out makes you feel like. It makes you feel like you are failing even when you're doing so much. I started feeling like maybe I was in the wrong profession, maybe I was just incompetent, maybe I didn't just know my job. A lot of emotions ran through my head this very day. Most times when we feel tired, we feel like, oh, it's just because we are tired. But burnout is emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion from so much stress. Now, you would ask me, was I feeling stressed? Yes, I was. And one day we'll get to talk about understanding your stressors, what stresses you, and how to handle stress. But at that moment, I was feeling very stressed. And the worst thing is that it sneaks up on you until you're completely drained. And you don't even realize it because it shows up in different ways that you do not understand. For me, I didn't even know when it started. I just knew that at a point I was trying to keep up with everything that I do. And in some moments, it felt like I was at the top of everything. I was all smiles and happy, and gradually, without even realizing it, it began to slip out of my hands. I began to have creative blocks, right? I would sit down to write a copy, to write an article, and I would just stare at it for minutes without being able to, pen down my thoughts. And we could literally be having conversations and I would zone out, not realizing that I was actually being engaged at the moment. Sometimes I would forget the things that I want to do or something that I had said that I want to remember. I got to a point where I even stopped being active. I stopped going out. I'll just be home, rarely reply texts. I just post and go off. And then when the night comes, I'm there lying in bed, unable to sleep, not knowing why, but I'll be very tired from exhaustion and frustration. These moments felt like I was running a race that I could not win. I don't know if that sounds familiar. It took me months to realize that I wasn't just tired, I wasn't just experiencing severe insomnia, I was burnt out. Now that I think about it, there were days of realization that I never really took note of. Days where I would cry at the littlest things. I got so emotional. I was tired and stressed, like so stressed, right? Days when things that would not get to me on a normal day would get to me. Days when I would doubt myself. I would doubt the capabilities of things that I've handled. Days when I felt like I wasn't just enough. I wasn't doing enough. Days when everything felt like it was crumbling down. days when I had no solution to any of my problems except crying. There were a lot of days filled with a lot of emotions, but never for once did I realize in those moments that I was okay, I was doing well, but I was stressed and burnt out. Like I mentioned, there were signs way before that moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to list some of the emotions that I felt and the things that occurred, you know, before this moment. One is fatigue. I kept feeling tired even after resting. Like there was no rest that was enough. You know, you'd sleep and wake up tired. I know that. Many times we sleep and wake up tired, but this was extreme for me. Like I kept feeling tired and tired and tired. Another thing that I know happened was lack of motivation. Like, I did not want to do anything, I did not want to go anywhere. I just wanted to be in my comfort zone. I just wanted to stay at home. I just wanted to keep to myself. I stopped saying more. I spoke less. I smiled less. My default face was giving a straight face or frowning. I also noticed that it became hard to do the things that I loved doing. I became more of an introvert, more secluded, more. I wasn't happy. I began to express mood swings, right? Um, Towards people around me. This moment I'm smiling, the next moment I'm not happy, or I would easily drift into different moods within minutes. And if you were beside me or around me in that moment, you would be wondering, did I do anything to piss you off? Why did your mood change? Did something happen? Did you get a message? But really, I was just in my moment, in my feelings, experiencing swings and things that I could not explain. I would also experience severe headaches like migraines. You know, when half of your head is spinning you, or this front side is spinning you, or it's just, you know, and the crazy part about it is that these headaches, right, they are not normal. For me, it was affecting my vision. I would not be able to see clearly or function properly. Like the headaches were crazy. Then focusing felt impossible. Like I could multitask and do a lot of things at the same time, or three things at the same time. But in those moments, it was difficult to even focus on one thing at a time. It was like things that I would do and churn out in hours, in minutes, was taking, longer time to accomplish. And all of this just compounded to the emotions of feeling like I was stagnant, stuck, a failure, and incompetent. I know sometimes we'd be like, oh, I woke up on the bad side of the bed. I'm just experiencing a bad day. Between you and I, no, it's not just a bad day. Your body and your mind, they're showing you red flags that you should actually take note of. The moment I hit rock bottom was when I realized that it wasn't doing more, working harder, or trying to fix things in one day that was the problem. Everything began to come back to me when I realized that I was more than enough. So what I did was I took a step back. I began to retrace my steps so that I can make changes where I needed to. The first thing I did was to identify the problem. I think the hardest part for me at the beginning was admitting that I needed help. I had to stop telling myself, just deal with it. Nobody has to know. You're not capable. If you talk about it to anyone, then it feels like or it seems like you don't know what you're doing. So I reached out to my mentor for help. I think that was the boldest step I took in that moment. Secondly, I began to set boundaries. I began to not lie to myself. I began to give realistic timelines so that I do not feel stressed or frustrated or overwhelmed. I also began to prioritize my resting hours. I started to rest without distractions or feeling guilty. I gave myself a me time. Even if I wasn't sleeping, I'll take time off the screen, time to focus on myself, have meaningful, deeper conversations with myself. I started taking, even if it was 5 minutes, to take deep breaths so that, just so that I could feel less choked. I was also very, very expressive to my mentor. I felt like if I really needed the help, then I needed to come out playing. I needed to show all my cards, and I did that. So if you're watching this and feel like this is you, I want you to know that everything is going to be okay. I know it feels like you never get out of it. I know it feels like you can't scream for help. I know it feels like you're screaming for help, but no one is hearing you. But trust me, you'll get out of it. If I could do it, then you can too. You are not weak. Being burnt out is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you've been strong for so long. Burnout is tough, but so are you. Yes, you. You are tougher. If this video resonated with you, I'd love for you to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story or answer any questions that you may have. And if you think that someone else needs to hear this, please do not hesitate to share this video with them. You never know who you're helping by sharing this video. It's just a click. Also, do not forget to like this video, comment, and share with everybody. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I do not know what you're waiting for. Kindly subscribe to my channel now and click the notification bell up there. I've got more content coming to help you navigate life, and I truly and honestly can't wait to see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.